All right, let's turn to the aviation sector now, where the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has directed that no pilot should fly with an unruly passenger on board unless the matter is resolved amicably. The directive by the Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority was made known by the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection at his first engagement with domestic airlines in 2025. Uloma Oyemachi reports.
It's a recurring theme in Nigeria's aviation sector. Rules, rights and responsibility, from flight cancellations to refunds, and from disruptive passengers to delayed responses, nothing was off the table at this engagement. The NCAA's Consumer Protection Unit is taking a tough stance in these cases. Airlines that deliberately flout regulation will now face the law.
If you look at the regulations for other countries, you will be paying a lot more. The idea is not to punish the airlines, but if I'm a passenger and I'm paying for a service, I expect to receive that service.
Reiterating the DG's stance, unruly passengers mean no flights until a security lift or reconciliations.
Henceforth, whenever there's an unruly passenger on board, your pilot must not fly that plane until that passenger has either been removed from that flight or the issue has been resolved properly. This instruction to pilots does not give cabin crew the leverage to treat passengers poorly in any way, shape or form.
The NCAA also speaks on past enforcement, including the Kwam 1 case. His ban now lifted, with the artist taking on a new role as a voice against such misconduct.
There's no paid ambassador role given to anybody. It's community service. You have done this thing wrong, and so you have a duty to come out and make it right.
Our psychological effect also on us, on these kind of abuses that this passenger gives to us. Sometimes it doesn't also work well with us.
We're pleading on behalf of the airlines and the passengers should please take things easy, and the NCAA should please be more understanding.
The NCAA announced a nationwide awareness drive to remind passengers that rights come with responsibilities. This engagement may seem like a cry for help for air passengers, but that's not entirely the case. Travelers have been reminded of their responsibilities to ensure safe landings at their various destinations. Still, the NCAA says it will not relent in its duty to ensure air safety across Nigeria. Uloma Oyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
For more on this development, our reporter in Abuja, Uloma Oyemachi, joins me on the news to give us more update. Uloma, just tell us more. I mean, this is coming on the heels of several cabin crew passenger crises we've seen in the past few days. What more did the NCAA say?
Precious, these conversations are unending. It's not something that would end anytime soon because these conversations keep coming up. And from the meeting in particular, we've had conversations on flight delays, flight cancellations, bag abandonment, and refunds, and those kind of conversations. So it's very important for the NCAA to reconcile the situation. For them in particular, they say that as much as the unruly passenger behavior have been recorded in high numbers, the airline staff have a huge role to play in terms of customer service, in terms of information, because a lot of complaints have been made by passengers saying that their flights have been cancelled without the proper information. So even though this is coming on the heels of a lot of recorded incidents, it's something that would, according to NCAA, keep happening, but they are willing to make all the efforts to ensure that all the matters are resolved.
And just, I understand that we also had the airlines there. Just give us an update on what the airlines, how they responded. I understand Air Peace, Rano Air, ValueJet were also at that meeting or engagement.
Yes, the airlines are very willing to comply with the NCAA regulations because the NCAA has always said that it will sanction any airline that is not willing to comply. But it's not like a dictatorship. It's just a two-way street. After investigations have been done, they will find out who is at fault. So apart from these airlines that you have mentioned, we also had Air Peace there. We had Green Africa. And their experiences have, been very dramatic. For instance, the duty manager of Green Africa shared that there was a physical assault on one of their staff at a time when, a passenger came late for a flight and then she was asked to, I believe, pay extra. That was the situation. And she refused and she physically assaulted their staff. But what NCAA said that there was no formal report that was made on that. So they are just willing. The airline passengers are willing to reconcile situations. They say that their customers are very important to them. They building their organization financially is also very important to them. So they are willing to comply, but it's a two-way street. For them, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Thank you for the update, Uloma. I'm sure, like you said, it is an unending conversation. All of these rules and regulations will be amended accordingly. Our reporter live for us in the nation's capital, Uloma Oyimachi.